now tune in to the sounds of phase and the Third Eye Rap Musical Orchestra. Know what time it is, my nigga? Are we obsessed with mediocrity? Then why we live below standards of what a God should be? We buy designer clothes before owning property, just to flex on other people. Look what we got, but see, we live for others without living for ourselves. When the only thing that matters is generational wealth. To break the cycle, making sure it don't continue. We still drive through knowing that what's on the menu. It's killing us hard. We still think like my God is better than your God when there's only one God. Still waiting on a nigga named Jesus to save us when it's God within us till we know it will never wake up. We still believing in old tales like heaven and hell when ain't nobody came back from the dead to tell. But tell me what's truth, no one knows for sure. Got my individual truth and your truth for sure, for sure. Too many broke dreams and smoke screens will kill you. Too much of TV and phone screens will kill you. Too much Hennessy and social feeds will kill you. Too much of anything and everything can kill you. We got life fucked up. Can you see your own power when the light fucked up? Still listen to drugs and murder when we out. Bodies dropped and all of a sudden the violence gotta stop. Gotta keep a bottom on the shelf. Say we never turn down a fade, but to run away from ourselves. Instead of dealing with the problems within. Females seeing celebs and wanna look like them. With titties and ass shots while poking their ass out. For what? Just for a nigga to fuck them and cash out. Still lost to what's really going on. It seems right in front of our face, but we looking down at our phones. Can't escape it, no. Quit looking for preachers and spiritual teachers and go within for the faith and hope. Only when you close your eyes, then you see. Stop worrying about I and start worrying about we, for sure. Too many broke dreams and smoke screens will kill you. Too much of TV and phone screens will kill you. Too much of McDonald's and Starbucks will kill you. Too much of anything and everything can kill you. So when the rebels link up, 3 words, let's ride out. It's been a long time coming, my nigga, but the time now. Do you understand the words that's coming out of my mouth? They done put Chris Tucker on this bitch, let me find out. When the rebels link up, 3 words. The type of nigga that ain't really with the games. As a young rebel wanted money and the fame. Now I realize all that shit don't really mean a thing. It's 2017, we still get whips and chains. Only difference is they come with rims and diamonds that bling. But third, do your thing, I ain't trying to intervene. Leave that to them niggas shooting hair on. What I'm saying is, y'all don't get the message. Young and I'm restless, so anything less than my vision not impressed with. Keep my circle small and symmetric. Not an in-crowd type of nigga, that's some Ron Artest shit. Verse Detroit when he tested. Ben Wallace, I've been deprived of niggas knowing I'm blessed with the gift. Fuck a minimum wage salary. Life is your reality, the hood is a mentality. Young youth need a reality check. Money bulging out their pockets till they mind is in debt. Cause beef what they said, they quick to put dough in your chest. So wear bulletproof, still them niggas trying to invest. That's business, one-on-one. It's something that you need to know. We only gain power when we turn which way the heat is blow. So when the rebels link up, 3 words, let's ride out. It's been a long time coming, my nigga, but the time now. Do you understand the words that's coming out of my mouth? They done put Chris Tucker on this bitch, let me find out. When the rebels link up, 3 words. You're now tuned in to the sounds of phase and the Third Eye Rap Musical Orchestra. Know what time it is, my nigga? Are we obsessed with mediocrity? Then why we live below standards of what a God should be? We buy designer clothes before owning property, just to flex on other people. Look what we got, but see, we live for others without living for ourselves. When the only thing that matters is generational wealth. To break the cycle, making sure it don't continue. We still drive through knowing that what's on the menu. It's killing us hard. We still think like my God is better than your God when there's only one God. Still waiting on a nigga named Jesus to save us when it's God within us till we know it will never wake up. We still believing in old tales like heaven and hell when ain't nobody came back from the dead to tell. But tell me what's truth, no one knows for sure. Got my individual truth and your truth truth, for sure. Too many broke dreams and smoke screens will kill you. Too much of TV and phone screens will kill you. Too much Hennessy and social feeds will kill you. Too much of anything and everything can kill you. We got life fucked up. Can you see your own power when the light fucked up? Still listen to drugs and murder when we out. Bodies dropped and all of a sudden the violence gotta stop. Gotta keep a bottom on the shelf. Say we never turn down a fade, but to run away from ourselves. Instead of dealing with the problems within. Females seeing celebs and wanna look like them. With titties and ass shots while poking their ass out. For what? Just for a nigga to fuck them and cash out. Still lost to what's really going on. It seems right in front of our face, but we looking down at our phones. Can't escape it, no. Quit looking for preachers and spiritual teachers and go within for the faith and hope. Only when you close your eyes, then you see. Stop worrying about eyes, start worrying about we, for sure. Too many broke dreams and smoke screens will kill you. Too much of TV and phone screens will kill you. Too much of McDonald's and Starbucks will kill you. Too much of anything and everything can kill you.
And we are live.
We're back, baby.
It's been a minute. One-on-one with Solo and Diamond.
Yes, sir.
How has it been?
The guys, we're back, man.
Yeah, it's been a
hot
long.
summer day, of course. So my forehead is shiny, but it's cool. We got a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about.
This is the Dog Days of Summer episode. I know everybody is just, we're all fiending for the season to start, and every time we look at our calendar, that shit's 2 months away still. All we're looking at is workout videos and interviews and...
At least 2K is 1 month away.
Yeah, man, it's tough right now. So we just want to give you guys an episode to just keep you guys afoot and afloat, talking about some good NBA topics, touching on some things that a lot of other shows and podcasts don't touch on, because that's what you get from Dolo and Simon. You know what I'm saying? We're going to just hit you guys up with some stuff. But to start off, man, DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah, DeMarcus fucking Cousins. How do you feel?
I feel sad, man. I feel sad for me as a Laker fan. I feel sad for him as a person and player. I mean, this is somebody who, when he was at his best, everybody picked apart his attitude. And then when he got, you know, more humility about him and more like grown man mindset about him, he can't stay healthy. He had 3 catastrophic injuries that people don't come back from. Achilles,
the quad,
and now ACL, like...
complete tears, too.
And if you seen the little TMZ video, it was just on a regular gathering up for a layup. So that means it was going to happen
but who
regardless.
the fuck is that guy that normally when you get beat, when you're playing hoops, you know this. Even if, you don't got to be professional, you know when you get beat, you're going to let the guy score. That's just how it goes.
Pickup games.
That's it. It's a pickup game. No one plays like that.
Man.
No one plays like that. I guarantee there was no scouts out there for you, my guy.
Exactly.
There was nobody out there that's going to give you a shot in the G League, was going to give you a shot in the Drew League, or any kind of league, the ABA.
For real.
Repart. Not going to happen.
Bobby Bonds.
Yeah, like,
it's
no,
not happening.
bro, like, what are you doing? Why are you playing them like that? Like,
man, that was terrible, bro. It's terrible to see. It's terrible to even think of. I mean, we lose some depth in our front court, man. Even though our front court was pretty stacked, now it's like...
Now it's JaVale McGee. Now it's, what? We don't got Mo Wagner. We don't got Jonathan Williams.
We got Eric Holman and Devontae Kaycock coming into camp as big men, so... And
both of those guys, I mean, what? Devontae is 6'6".
Yeah.
And Holman is 102 pounds.
Exactly. Like,
so we're pretty thin.
Yeah, it sucks, man.
And JaVale he plays with wrists. He has no hands.
Yeah, no hands whatsoever.
Like
just
this.
knuckles.
Yeah. So
that sucks, man. This sucks for DeMarcus, but on this podcast, the same way we felt about KD's injury, we don't like to see nobody get hurt.
Yeah.
I don't care if DeMarcus Cousins was going to be the starting 5-man for the Clippers. I still don't want to see nothing bad happen to any of these guys because, I mean, they are the best athletes in the world and they give us something to digest and talk about. So I hate to see anybody go down with any type of injury. So, yeah, man, we feel bad for Boogie. Hopefully he still comes back. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he gets some better luck later on in his career, but... yeah, it's pretty much a wrap for the Lakers. And it sucks to say it's such a business that they're probably going to have to cut him to open up a roster spot.
Oh, that would be so horrible. I think he could come back from a torn ACL by playoffs. If you come back with a torn quad 2 series later,
yeah,
you can come back from an ACL, especially with someone who doesn't have to worry, or someone that doesn't. I guess he was trying. That's the thing. Is he looked like he was trying to get back to Sacramento Boogie in that video. So maybe, if that's what he wants to do, then he might need the year. But maybe if he wants to, make an impact next year, make a case next year for some kind of contract, because he didn't get shit this year, which I have no idea why. Yeah. But hopefully he can get something.
We feel bad for Boogie, man. We're going to get into these topics, but hold your head, Boogie. All the Boogie fans out there, this is a huge DeMarcus Cousins fan next to me. I love DeMarcus Cousins.
If the Warriors would have played Boogie the way I was saying they should have played him, they would have won that fucking championship without KD and Clay. Man. I'm just saying. All right, so first topic of the day, this is going to be the way too early 2020 NBA awards. Our MVPs, Rookie of the Years, Defensive Player, Sixth Man, and Most Improved. Maybe we could throw in Coach of the Year if you want. Yeah. I didn't put that in there.
Do you want to just go like you give your MIP, then I give mine, and then we just go down the list like that, or do you want to go through, you know what I'm saying, your full listing, and then I'll do my full listing?
No, yeah, we'll go one for one.
Okay, so MIP you got
Andrew Wiggins.
Okay.
Andrew Wiggins, dropped 17 a game last year, maybe, on like 42% shooting, on nothing from 3. Wasn't a defender.
Not a playmaker.
He wasn't anything, really. And just a couple years before that, he was dropping 25 a game.
Yeah.
Like on 45, I believe.
Yeah.
On like 35 from 3. Wasn't a defender still, but was someone you could count on.
Yeah, for real.
Not a playmaker, never was. I don't think will be. They'll definitely need that from Jeff Teague. But anyways, Andrew Wiggins, I think, is going to be the guy that's going to prove a lot of guys wrong. That I think is going to help the Timberwolves, along with some other teams that are going to surprise us this year, fight for that 8 seed. So that's my most improved player.
My most improved player, I'm going to go with Markelle Fultz, another...
that's a good one.
Another, you know what I'm saying, guy that stirs up a lot of controversy. But I just believe that the point guard spot in Orlando is wide open. Nobody wants to start DJ Augustine for a 3rd year in a row, even though he's pretty good. He's solid, but come on, it's a ceiling there.
That's a playoff.
If Markelle Fultz is anywhere as good as he should have been, you have a much better chance of winning more than one playoff game.
I can agree with that.
And DJ Augustine still being there to handcuff him when he's not feeling so confident or not playing so well. You could throw DJ Augustine out there still.
Are you talking about as a starting point guard?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Markelle Fultz being the starting point guard for Orlando, for them making the playoffs again, and for him being like they went 42 and 40 last year.
Yeah.
So if they win 46, 47 games this year with Markelle starting, even if it's not just because of him, it's gonna make him look so good. You know what I'm saying? For his, all these awards come with a story, a narrative, because it's voted on by the media. So Markelle Fultz comes out there, averages 14.7 assists, you know what I'm saying, which I think he's capable of if his head's on right. He's gonna be talked about.
So would you be opposed to seeing Fultz coming out like on a 25-minute off the bench role?
No, I wouldn't mind that either. And I still think if he could get 25 to 28 minutes of him controlling the ball, because we know, man, we watched Markelle before all this weird stuff started happening from his senior year in high school to the freshman year at Washington, and he looked like, come on, the next one.
He looked like the guy.
So if he has any of that left in him, and Orlando's rolling, they're doing good, and I think that team has a lot of talent on it, but they need that lead guard still. So I think that could be Markelle. So I'm gonna give him most improved player. I'm not saying 20 and 10. I'm thinking 15 and 7, somewhere around there, and him just being solid all year. And he could defend. He could defend even when his head was all messed up in Philly. So I like Markelle's shot.
Okay. I guess we'll go with you first since I went first on the last one. 6 man.
For my 6 man of the year, I'm gonna give it to JJ Redick.
Ooh, you think he's coming off the bench? Has that already been said?
It has not been said. Not been said, but I mean, I believe he's going to come off the bench.
Who's going to be starting in front of him?
Drew Holiday, Lonzo, Drew.
Oh, you're right.
Brett B.I., Zion.
Because they got
Derek
Alexander
Favors.
Walker coming off the bench.
They got
That's
a lot
a
of mouths to
tough
feed.
team.
They got a lot of mouths to feed, but I think J.J. Redick being one of the only guys on that team that doesn't need the ball to be effective, I think he's going to be sniping all year next year. And not having the responsibilities that he had in Philly to defend people, now he's going to be defending the second team shooting guard from the other team, so he doesn't have to waste that much energy.
That's
still
nasty.
Still coming off all them screens, man. Derek Favors is a great screen setter. I mean, all that talent that's going to be on the floor, and he's going to always be the best shooter on the floor. And you know how that works.
At every given moment.
You know what I'm saying? You know how that works.
Are willing to give up the ball.
Yeah. So I got J.J. Redick. Now, I know six-man sometimes is who scored 20 off the bench every night, and that's why it's basically the Lou Williams Award.
Yeah.
But I think J.J. Redick has a good chance to score 15, 16 points a game off the bench and shoot 43, 44% from three next year. So I give it to J.J.
Yeah. For me, I went safe because I couldn't think of anybody else. I went Lou Williams.
And that's obviously not a bad choice.
I know, especially on this team. I mean,
yeah.
History kind of says, I wouldn't say history, but just if you have two eyes, you know what I'm saying? That said, you got two superstars.
Mm-hmm.
You should be a lot better. You should be more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to put up the points you're putting up with ease, really.
Yeah.
So I think if Lou Williams is able to do that, that's a big if because his shots are going to go down. It's about him being more efficient.
Yeah.
If he can be more efficient, this is his award. If he can't, then this is just Lou Williams that we know.
Yeah, that was on the Lakers.
That was on the Lakers, exactly. So it all depends on Lou Williams being efficient.
Yeah.
And that's who I think can win this award because if he's gonna get 8 to 12 shots a game, and if he can hit 6 to 8 shots, I'm talking about 50. I'm talking about literally 48 to 50% from the field type shit. Because you're not gonna be able to get you're not gonna get the shots up you used to get. So if you can do that while scoring that's 14 points a game, 17 points a game,
real.
That's still really good,
really effective.
I believe he's won an award scoring 14, 16 points a game. So.
Hey, I feel it.
And he has to do a little bit more playmaking since Alexander's gone. So I expect those assists to go up too. So, Defensive Player of the Year.
Who you got?
Let's see. For Defensive Player of the Year, I got Anthony Davis. And I think it's easy for me, man. I really don't know who else is in a better position to win that award other than Rudy Gobert because he has another defender with him and stuff like that. He has better defenders overall on his team, but Anthony Davis is the guy that's going to hold it down the way I don't think not even the way Rudy Gobert's been able to do it, like Ben Wallace. I'm talking about maybe
covering so much ground
2 steals
every
a
night.
game, 3 blocks a game. I'm talking about something 14 rebounds maybe now that DeMarcus is out.
Yeah.
I'm talking about those kind
That's
of numbers.
a wrap.
Yeah, I'm
That's a
talking
wrap.
about might win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year
It's
type
a
of numbers. So that's who I got.
And all I can say is ditto because I was going AD as well. So that's it for Defensive Player of the Year. For Rookie of the Year, I got Darius Garland from Cleveland.
Yep.
I just got him scoring the most points. You know what I'm saying? You know how I'm not saying he's going to be the best rookie in the class. I think he's going to be a top 5 rookie of the class. You know, everybody who's ever watched this, and I love Darius Garland's game. But the one who's going to score 17, 18 points a game, I think it's him. I don't know he's going to have a lot of assists.
So 17, 18, what about field goal percentage? What do you think he's going to hit from the field?
43% and 38 from 3.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? He's one of the best shooters in the class. Super fast shot delivery, so I don't think the NBA game is going to affect him so much because he doesn't have to wind up and shoot it. Yeah. He has a nice quick shot, quick release. His release reminds me a lot of Trae Young's.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just the way that they shoot the ball. And I think Darius Garland is really accurate from shooting the ball. I don't think he's as good as Trae Young, but their games are similar because Trae Young has the passing gift and Garland doesn't. But I think he's going to score 17, 18 points a game, and I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year just because it's going to be something to talk about in Cleveland.
What about those minutes? How do you see them sharing those minutes?
Everything I read in the tea leaves, reading up articles up and down, they're going to try to start them together.
Colin Sexton with Garland.
And they're not going to win a lot of games.
I mean, even with Clarkson, they're not going to win a lot of games. Yeah, they're not going to win a lot
of games, but everything I've read is they're going to start together.
Damn, that's crucial.
Yeah,
that's crucial as fuck. So my Rookie of the Year, I went with Ja Morant. I mean, it's wide open. I think just like Cleveland, Cleveland is. You know what I'm saying? You got a team that you could honestly put together some really impressive wins.
Yeah.
You got a lot of athletic ability around you. You could possibly get about 6-7 assists as a rookie.
What a fun team.
You know what I'm saying? He can do a lot. You already know what he can do.
Yeah.
As a scorer. So I'm thinking about him being the leader of that team possibly. I don't know if Jaren Jackson is really the leader of that team now that Marc Gasol and Conley are gone. But maybe, Morant kind of gets into that role and just decides to put this team on his back and does something special with it. Maybe something like Trae Young. I don't see nothing spectacular, but I can see something spectacular, really. But I'm thinking more on the Trae Young, 18 points, 6 assists type deal.
He can do that for sure, though. But they're going to put the ball in his hands, and other than Zion, I mean, he's going to be on the highlight reels a lot.
He's going to be.
Ja Morant's going to be on the highlight reels a ton.
He just seemed, and it was such a brief stint that we seen, but it didn't seem like he was ready to play in the summer league.
Yeah.
To be honest, I felt like when he was out there, I don't know. I didn't feel like I seen the Zion at Duke where he wanted to assert himself to get whatever he wanted to get.
Yeah.
It just seemed like it was he was gonna play with the flow like RJ Barrett did. I hated that shit.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying too from Zion's performance he only played like 14 minutes.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I didn't like what I really had seen either. But everybody said he was so out of shape or whatever the case.
He wanted to dunk so bad. And that kind of got me a little angry. Like, it was just like, bro, your game is much more than just a dunk. Like, go ahead and show these people your offensive repertoire. Get a little nasty little layup. Do something crucial.
For real. Throw some passes out there, lead the break, something. I think the reason why neither of us picked Zion to win Rookie of the Year, not that we don't believe he's going to be the best player out this class, one of the best players or whatever he's going to end up being, but there's so many mouths to feed in New Orleans. I think so many guys on that team are going to average 14, 15, 16 points a game. I'm hoping that B.I. is the only one that raises above. But I think there's going to be at least 3-4 guys on that team that averages anywhere from 14 to 16. So, and I think Zion's going to be one of them. So I don't think he's going to have the sheer numbers like I thought he was going to when he was first getting drafted. Yeah. I don't see it anymore.
I don't see that shit either. So MVP,
I have Joel Embiid winning MVP this season.
I almost picked him too.
I think him having someone to kind of,
so is this like a best player on the best team type thing?
Yeah, I think they're gonna dominate the East. I for sure think they're gonna dominate the East. With Milwaukee, of course. Well, I think the East has gotten a lot easier, but he's gonna dominate, and you have Al Horford to be the best defender on the team where he doesn't always have to every single night. So I see a lot more 40-point games with 15 rebounds for Joel this season because he doesn't have to hold everything down in the paint anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's still going to. He's an amazing rim protector, amazing defender. But you got Al Horford who can defend in space, who could close out on the three-point shooters, who is like a Swiss Army knife on defense, can guard guards and big men, and they didn't really have that. Like Ben Simmons was that. So now you're talking about Ben Simmons, elite defender. Joel Embiid, elite defender. And Horford, probably the best defender on the team. They're going to be nasty, bro. They're going to be nasty, and I think Joel's going to reap a lot of the benefits as far as statistically going up a few notches as far as what he averages. So I love it. I think they're going to be really good. I think it's going to be Philly and Lakers in the finals. I know that's not what we're talking about, but I think Joel's going to get that award this year. Who you got?
Man, for me, it's Kyrie Irving.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I think we talked about this, I think, in the last episode, episode before it. We're still missing that 1 year from him to really separate himself from the rest of the crowd to kind of show that he's the best player, not just on his team, but he's the guy that can lead a team. I think in Brooklyn, he has nothing, or he doesn't have anyone there that's going to kind of try to hold him back or try to make him fit within the system. I think in Brooklyn, he is the system now.
I agree.
So there's no, especially this year, there's no reason why Kyrie Irving shouldn't be dropping 30 points a game, maybe 30 to 35 points a game.
Yeah.
Making this team better. I really don't see no other reason why Kyrie Irving shouldn't make himself the best player on that team.
I love that pick a lot because most people think it's going to be Philly, Milwaukee, Boston.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Philly, Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Toronto than Boston.
Yeah, I don't think Toronto's gonna be up there yet, but
we're gonna get into that.
Okay.
Why I think that, but when Brooklyn is better than Boston and these other teams, and maybe even what if they have a record comparable to Milwaukee because Milwaukee lost so much depth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they're fighting for that 2 seed, Kyrie's gonna have a good shot at that award.
Yeah, I say if Brooklyn can get to 48 wins or more, while he's averaging over 28 points, while he's at least getting like 7 assists a game at least, but he has to be a sniper. He has to be efficient.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not even too efficient, but at least 44%, not just 42, not no 43, not no Allen Iverson MVP.
Yeah.
He has to be at least a James Harden MVP.
With efficiency.
Without the triple-double. But he's not going to get that shit, but...
I like it. And I think him being the most skilled player in the NBA and all that is going to just be with Kenny Atkinson and them as his coach. I think it's going to be like D'Lo's season last year on steroids.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to... That's what I had in my mind to say. That it completely slipped until you just said it. So that is for real.
I like our picks, man. I think it's not just some regular old shit. I like it.
Yeah. We had some.
That was tight.
So for the next topic of the day, we have which of these players listed right here in this little banner has the highest ceiling. And again, we have, well, not again, but I guess we have Penny Hardaway to the left,
Greg Oden,
Derrick
D-Rose,
Grant Hill, Brandon Roy, Tracy McGrady. So out of those players, which of them you think had the highest ceiling?
I'm going to go with Brandon Roy. I'm going to go with Brandon Roy having the highest ceiling because I felt like...
He came into the league at 22.
Yeah. Came into the league at 22 and we only had him for, 2 or 3 years?
Exactly. Yeah, 3 years,
So,
I think.
yeah, we only had him for 3 years and he was already one of the best shot makers. You know what I'm saying? Kobe already said he was the real deal. Like, he was the one, you know what I'm saying? And Kobe wasn't the one to compliment people that he was going up against, especially back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As he got older, of course, he was everybody's uncle. But when he was in the heart of competing, he showed Brandon Roy a lot of props. I know Brandon Roy's not the best athlete on this panel right here. I know he's not the best defender on this panel right here, but I think if he would have been able to get to his age 27, 28, 29 seasons, I think we would have seen some crazy stuff from Brandon Roy.
That's what's man, because we only got to see him until 25.
Yeah, and I think if he would have got to that prime, I think it would have been... He was such a great shot maker, bro. You remember. He could hit shots from all over the floor like it was nothing.
You normally have to develop the skills that he had
coming
as
in.
you age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As you age, you develop those mid-range jumpers,
all
that post-game.
That footwork, he had that.
That was...
Wasn't afraid of anything.
Yeah.
I would have liked his chances of becoming someone competing for championships in his 27, 28, 29 seasons with... You know, LaMarcus Aldridge kind of stayed together. You know what I'm saying? Especially at that time. Obviously, they didn't have Greg Oden. It was supposed to be Oden, Aldridge, Roy, which would have been...
Over.
A wrap.
Completely over.
But I think even Roy and Aldridge... Because Aldridge was a month. Aldridge is still pretty good. I underrate him a lot because I don't like San Antonio. But when I look at his...
He's an all-star.
Yeah, like he's still pretty damn good. So
35 years old, though.
Imagine when he was 26, 25 with Brandon Roy. When Brandon Roy would have been 28, that would have been nice.
Yeah, it would have been scary, man.
Yeah.
I think there was a good little trade-off for them, though. I mean, not to say anything about that.
But to get Dame, that's very fortunate.
Yeah.
Very fortunate, because they kind of have the same type of game. It's just...
Dame is 6'3".
Yeah. So they came up like that.
Yeah.
They did come up like that. You're right. Who you got?
Man, it's hard. I wanted to say Penny so much, but I looked at a few stats, man, and I think Tracy McGrady, even though we've seen his greatness, we've seen how great he could be, he was 21 years old, bro, and he scored 27 points a game at 21 years old, right? Then we had a great 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 year stretch up until he was 28.
And he was hampered with injuries all through that stretch still. He just played through a lot of shit as well.
So we had up until he was 28 of MVP caliber playmaking ability. At 23 years old, scored 32 points a game. We were robbed of what he was able to do in his absolute prime from 28 to 33.
True.
We never knew. We would have never known. I mean, it's... I just feel like we got to see how great he was, but didn't get to see his true ceiling.
Yeah, I agree.
We might be talking about
someone in the GOAT conversation. Yeah.
Someone in the GOAT conversation. Like, we might not even be looking at Kobe like the way we think about Kobe.
Yeah, one of the biggest feathers in Kobe's cap is that he, kind of kept Tracy McGrady off of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He kind of like kept him at bay where it's like, no, you're not in my level. But even though he's 6'8".
Yeah.
He jumps out the fucking gym.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so I agree with that.
That shit is scary.
I agree with that.
That shit is scary. Is there anybody else you want to touch on?
I want to touch on Greg Oden.
Yeah, okay.
Greg Oden at Ohio State was injured, but he played. And he was absolutely dominant. You know what I'm saying? Just so dominant, had a really good drop step, understood the post, and this is one of the best defenders we would have seen, bro. We talking about the big men that we've seen defend, like this would have been we would have always talked about, can he defend like Greg Oden? He would have been the bar for 5 men playing post defense.
So with knowing what we know now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would he be the guy that'd be the best in the league right now as a 5 with Embiid, with what we know with Howard? Would Howard have been the guy that been called the best center in the league?
It would have been a good competition between him and Dwight back in before the 2010s or whatever you want to say. But he was so good. He was like a coach on the floor defensively. He had the size, he had the length, everything defensively. Now, I don't know if he would ever score 24 points a game like Dwight has and all that other stuff, but I know he would have affected winning and losing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was such a great defender and he didn't waste possessions on offense. So I looked into Greg Oden some more too recently because I knew we were going to talk about this. And as far as everything he could have been defensively, we got robbed because he would have been like a Hakeem Olajuwon level defender.
And that's what everyone was bringing up. Mike Conley, a lot of coaches that I used to see when they were talking about him coming up. Was Hakeem Olajuwon. That's steep. That sucks to get robbed by shit like that.
Man.
I know.
But we could touch on everybody a little bit. D Rose, I mean, damn.
I mean, D Rose was fucking 22 years old, 23.
Now, he's the best athlete we're looking at on this list right here, even more than T-Mac. Like, D Rose at 6 whatever, head on the rim every time. Back when it's
100% all the way.
Could finish with layups and shit like that. He had a good, nice little layup package.
Let me see.
Now, he was never efficient. We never got an efficient season from him.
Oh, no, I don't have a D Rose on here.
We never got an efficient season from D Rose. He was like that Iverson type MVP, that 42, 43%, if that. But, yeah, man, D Rose was tight.
What's crazy for me is, like, I'm looking at these Grant Hill stats, and I'm looking in the second year in the league, right?
Oh, yeah.
He averaged 20, almost 10 rebounds, and almost 7 assists.
Yeah, he was that all-around. He was that all-around guy, like, before LeBron. He was that all-around, like, assist, rebound, scoring.
And even when he came back from injury, right? The one that kind of really fucked not the one that really fucked him up, but he had an ankle injury.
That hampered him, that ankle.
Yeah, when he went to the Suns or
wearing
Orlando.
feelers and shit.
He still dropped 20 a game, right? He didn't get the overall game like the way he used to have, but I think if he would have continued to be able to add on to that, man.
Now imagine we're supposed to have both of them in Orlando. Healthy at the same time.
With the old ass Patrick Ewing.
Yeah, we were supposed to have some
Daryl
shit.
Armstrong.
Because remember, everybody was trying to prepare for the post-Kobe Shaq era. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they had dominated everything. It's just like how everybody's prepared for the post-KD Steph era. Like, people were trying to gear up, and that was one of the teams I was trying to gear up.
I'm going to just throw in something real quick. Like, fuck it. Who are you most surprised about that never won a championship that we've seen growing up? Not no Charles Barkley, because we didn't really...
Yeah. I was going to say Gary Payton because of his will to win, but he ended up getting one in Miami with Shaq and D-Wade. That I seen a lot of...
Yeah, that you, like the Iversons, the Brady's, the Carters.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say...
Steve Francis.
Did Alonzo Mourning end up getting a ring with Shaq and them too?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can count that shit as a prime, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I thought Alonzo Mourning was such a winning player.
Yeah.
Not the star of stars, but just that guy, that junkyard guy who could win a lot. Because they won a lot back when we were kids, but they just never won the big one until Shaq and D-Wade came. But yeah, just for the sake of this argument, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm reaching. Can you give one first? Because
oh no, I mean I
it would be Iverson. It would be. You know, it's Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? It's Carmelo
it
Anthony.
It is Carmelo Anthony.
Because that was the fucking guy back in the day.
No, yeah. I mean, he came into the league like just said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's Carmelo.
That's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good one. I mean, I was thinking about Tracy McGrady, but I'm just like, man, that's not really my most because he got
and
injured.
T-Mac got one late in San Antonio.
No, he didn't.
He didn't even barely play. He got one. Yes, he did.
Oh God.
Kawhi's defensive MVP year, he got one. He was on the end of their bench.
Lucky little bitch.
Yep.
Nah, that's dope though. That's dope. I mean, fuck it. I mean, yeah, Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, it's Melo.
Sheesh. Yeah. I guess we should probably bring up Melo one of these days.
Yeah,
man.
we should.
Next topic: does winning a ring first matter in Los Angeles?
Yes.
Why does it matter?
Because it's gonna be so many bragging rights, and especially if they to the right toenail clippers, if they win the first one, we'll never hear the end of it. We will never ever hear the end of it. I think that the Lakers need to strike first because LeBron is the oldest of the superstars in this Clippers-Lakers thing.
Yeah.
We got to get him one before he starts derailing a little bit. And that's this year. Maybe next year. Maybe Philly might win this championship this year. I don't think so. I think it's going to be one of these two. And I think it's going to be the Lakers. I hope it's the Lakers. Now, as far as does it matter? In like the grand scheme of things, it probably doesn't, but for petty NBA Twitter conversation, it means everything.
And for petty NBA
you know what I'm saying?
conversation.
It means everything. Because I think both of these teams have like a good little window to win. You know what I'm saying? They have a good window to win some rings. But you got to get the first one done, Lakers and LeBron. You have to.
Yeah, I think it matters a lot. Like you said, that pettiness shit.
Yeah, the petty
as fans, that's all we care about. We care about that ability of being able to say, your team is trash,
Hell
bro.
Yeah.
We won that ring. You did all that shit in the off season, but you didn't win, bitch.
Yeah, that's all we want. Shit.
It matters, man.
It does.
As for the players, probably not. I mean, LeBron James has his career. I think Davis, like you said, the grand scheme of things, the Lakers are fucking 16, 17. So probably don't matter. But to us, to the fans,
to the fan base,
to anybody that likes to talk shit,
we got to get this ring first.
You got to get it. If you don't get this shit, bro,
it's gonna be terrible
for us.
Exactly. It's like, why trade our sons if we're not gonna get to it?
And we gotta hold. If it's terrible for us, we gotta hold those motherfuckers accountable.
Yeah, we do.
AD, LeBron.
Yes.
We gotta hold those bitches.
Yeah.
Kuzma talking too much.
Exactly.
For you not to be out there.
They better be on some shit. But yeah, it matters to us. Fuck it.
So it matters. Lakers, y'all better win.
Yes.
Next topic: which teams will become next year's biggest surprise? No, I'm gonna let you go first.
I'm gonna say the Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
The Phoenix Suns have had the worst record in the NBA collectively for the last 6-7 years, and the Lakers were second. The Lakers have had the second worst record in the last 6 or 7 years. Now I want people to understand that when you're in the division of the dominant team, you're gonna get trash whooped. Yeah. You're in the exact same division as the fucking Warriors and the Clippers when they were good with Lob City. You're gonna take some L's because you're facing them 4 times a year. But Phoenix has been the worst team in the NBA, the biggest laughingstock, messing up draft picks left and right. Josh Jackson's no longer on the team. I mean, it's been bad, but they got it right with Devin Booker, and I think they got it right with DeAndre Ayton and Monty Williams becoming their coach. I think it's just going to give them a new life. I don't think Monty Williams is the best coach ever or whatever like that, but I think his motivational tactics as far as being an NBA head coach that he has, I think is going to galvanize the locker room, galvanize the roster, and say, I think Devin Booker's in line to have a season where he could be the All-Star game starter if Harden and Curry didn't exist. I think he's going to have that good of a year.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have his first All-NBA season.
Yeah.
I think second team All-NBA. You know what I'm saying? Which is hard to do.
He's having...
I think this is his year where he cements himself because the numbers say he's a top 10, top 15 guy. But nobody will say that. We didn't even say that. And we love him. You loved him first before me.
Said it.
No, we gave him like 18. He was like 18, 19 on our list.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I think it's his year to shine, man. I think Monty Williams if he can keep them in that fighting for the AFC, you know how sometimes it's like you fight for the AFC till the last day of the season?
Oh, yeah.
I think they're going to be in a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're going to surprise. I think it's going to be a big surprise for a lot of people.
Yeah, I like it. That was the one I was going to go with. But then as you talk, I wanted to think about something else.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at these little logos of, little reminders of who I can pick. And for me, two teams stand out. One, the Timberwolves, but I don't love Wiggins as much as I used to.
Yeah.
And
nobody does, bro. Don't feel sorry about that.
I'm gonna go with one that hurts me deep down, the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are sleeping on Boston a little bit. I don't think that a lot of people are expecting Jason Tatum to make that leap because we, as Laker fans, right? And that's the only people that I follow when I say a lot of people.
Yeah.
I only follow Laker people. Us as Laker fans don't think that Jason Tatum's better than Ingram.
Yeah, hell no.
Don't think that Jason Tatum's one of the best young players really under 23, 20, that type of thing. But he has the ability and has the chance to do it this year.
Yeah.
Along with Kemba. I don't believe in Jason Brown, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or Jaylen Brown.
I was going to say, we don't even say his name right. We don't believe in him so much.
Yeah, I don't believe in Jaylen Brown. But they still have a team to be able to do something. And I think it all just depends on him. If he could be the superstar that he's supposed to be with Kemba Walker, to kind of make... I mean, you're not going to be able to make up for what you lost in Al Horford and Kyrie.
Yeah.
Or maybe even... Shit, who else did they lose? Marcus Morris. You're not going to be
Marcus Morris and Rozier.
You're not going to be able to get that all back together through one guy.
And Aaron Baines.
But if Jason Tatum makes that leap, I'm talking about that Devin Booker type leap, where he's possibly all NBA talent, all-star. I think it's worth it for the Celtics. I think a 45-game win season, just that as a minimum, or maybe even maximum, that's going to get you in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, in the East, that's going to have you right there in the middle of the bracket.
And have a Jason Tatum be your best guy,
yeah.
I think that can surprise a lot of guys, or surprise a lot of teams.
Yeah, I mean, I hate the Celtics, but I don't disagree.
So for the next topic we got, who needs to break out year more this upcoming season? Kyle Kuzma, Andrew Wiggins, Brandon Ingram, or Jason Tatum?
The guy with the biggest spotlight needs to have the best season because he's going to be the one who gets picked apart, and that's Kyle Kuzma. Every LeBron team needs a scapegoat, needs someone who's going to get the blame, and he's in line to be that guy, especially with Boogie not being healthy.
Yeah.
Now, some of these guys, I mean, I think all three of the guys next to him have higher ceilings than Kuzma, but Kuzma's going to be the one in the most high-pressure situations, the one who's going to get talked about every single day on the shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he has a good game, they're going to love him because they already love him. If he has a bad game, they're going to be like, oh, I don't think Kuzma's this. I don't think Kuzma's that. He's proven he's not this or that. So, I mean, all eyes on Kuz this year, good and bad.
I think so, too, man. There's no one on this list that's going to go through the scrutiny that Kuzma's going to go through again.
Yeah.
That he's been through for the last couple of years. And now that everyone's expecting him to be the third star, he's kind of talking like he's the third star.
Yeah.
And he's kind of pointing
Oh, he said third superstar.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't leave that out. Kuz said, I'm going to be the third superstar on the team.
If you believe that and you say that, you put that out to the universe, you need to become that.
You must.
You can't LeVar Ball this.
Yeah,
you can't put it out to the universe and then it not happen, then just brush it off.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are going to hold you accountable for that.
Oh, yeah.
Including this
Me,
guy and
a lot
myself.
of people in Laker Nation,
you got a lot of people that hate him, a lot of people that root for him, and you can't...
There's like no in between with Kuzma.
There is no in between. Yeah, exactly. So who needs to have a breakout season more is definitely Kuzma. But I'm gonna throw in Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
Because you got paid already.
Oh yeah, he's the richest person on that screen right now.
you got paid like a superstar. You act like a superstar, but you don't play like one. Yeah. I don't know if it's because Jimmy Butler just fucked up your whole little whatever mojo that you had going, and you're planning this year to
make it or break it.
You know what I'm saying? But as far as I know, Devin Booker's winning the offseason.
Yeah.
So I need to see a little bit. I mean, I guess I don't need to see because this he might be having
going
something
crazy
somewhere in
Canada. No, Canada. The fuck is Canada? And we might as well talk about B.I. and Tatum too. I mean, B.I. is the only one up here that's fighting for a contract this season. He's the only one who might have to bet on himself like Jimmy Butler did and take the qualifying offer and then go into unrestricted free agency. So with the blood clots and his legion of male fans, his legion of stands that are out there, I mean, a lot of us, it's like a put up or shut up for us. You know what I'm saying?
For us, yeah. I just don't see him going from LA to New Orleans having or needing to have a breakout year this year because he's still just, 22?
He's 21 still.
Well, he's still 21, but he turns 22 in November.
Yeah, sometime this season, yeah.
So he'll be 22. No one's going to expect him to be as great. There's so many mouths to feed, as you said earlier. You have Zion Williamson. That's where all eyes are going to be.
Yeah, a lot of people don't care about him anymore either.
Exactly. So I don't think he needs to have the breakout year.
Yeah.
For us, maybe.
Yeah, maybe for us personally.
To prove to us that
all
we were
the
right.
arguments we've gotten into with people and shit over BI, yeah. And as far as Tatum, he has the red carpet rolled out for him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what he does. He has the golden ticket for some reason, not for maybe his hairline or something.
18 to 20 points a game.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. It's fucking over. Even though BI and Kuz both averaged 18 last year, if he averages 18 this year, it's a wrap. Like I said, he has one of the goldest tickets I've ever seen somebody get coming into the NBA.
Fucking Canadian. So for our next topic,
keep him or trade him. And this is for the best. This is not from the player's perspective. This is for the betterment of these franchises.
Yep. So exactly.
Let's get this slide going, my brother.
For myself, you got to keep him.
We're on D-Book right now? Oh, yeah, you have to keep him. Yeah,
you got to keep him. There's no not.
You're not going to get another one. You got lucky.
Yo, exactly. And you got him on a contract for 5 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't let him go. If anything, you got to trade DeAndre Ayton.
Or whatever else you got to do. But you're kind of stuck with this squad, actually. Because Josh Jackson had no value on the trade market.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges doesn't have a lot of value on, he's the one. This is the squad they have to think about moving forward with.
Yeah.
Keep him.
Keep Devin Booker. Kyle Lowry, keep him or trade him?
Trade him.
Ooh.
Trade him, make room for Van Vliet. Van Vliet is probably better with their system right now. Van Vliet is cheap right now, and Lowry's on an expiring. There's going to be some teams around trade deadline who are like, we're a shooter away, we're a point guard away. Let's make this deal with Toronto to get Kyle Lowry's experience in the building. I think he's destined to be traded.
I think so too. I definitely think from the management standpoint, you got to trade him.
Yep.
You got to get whatever you can get back for the expiring All-Star that is Kyle Lowry.
Yep.
Now, from a PR perspective,
it's gonna be ugly.
Do you trade Kyle Lowry after what you did with DeMar DeRozan and win a ring? But you won a ring, so you can possibly get away with it.
Yeah.
But do you do it? Are you ballsy enough to say Kyle Lowry?
I think the Sayu jury is.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sure if Gasol or Lowry make it to the end of the season with that team.
I honestly don't think so either, which is why I think those are the teams that probably might miss the playoffs. Because I don't think Siakam is that next superstar who he might be.
Yeah, we'll see.
He might be, but I honestly don't think he's
So, Trey Lowry. Zach LaVine.
For the Chicago Bulls.
That's tough.
Who could possibly contend, and it all really depends on Markkanen and LaVine. How they could play together, Otto Porter, that whole thing they got going on. But for myself, I think you got a 25-year-old here, mixed in with a lot of other younger guys. I mean, he's not too old himself. I mean, he's not too old, but you got him on a big contract. Do you think he can live up to it? Is he only getting these buckets because these other guys haven't developed yet? Is he your best player, or is he just your best player now? Personally, myself, I trade him.
I'm trading him too. I'm trading him because I'm going to get more value, and I'm going to focus on my front court, and I'm going to focus on Kobe White's development. Like, LaVine, as much as he can score, as much as he's flashy, his three balls nice or whatever, he's not a winning player. Like, if you look at his box plus minus, he's always a super minus. Doesn't use his athleticism to play any type of defense. Just wants to score, wants to get his own. I mean, it's fun to watch, it's fun to look at, but if you got Markkanen, who's already efficient, and one of the best big three-point shooters out there, Wendell Carter, who's like a monster down low, one of the best defenders already in his rookie season, you need a small forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Otto Porter's not that guy. Do they still have him? They still have him, right?
They still got him. And Otto Porter has, 2 years on the contract?
Something stupid.
Yeah.
But, like, I would be trying to see if I could swap Levine for Ingram or somebody like that to get a real ball handling small forward in there, because you just need more size.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need more size on that wing, like, because Otto Porter is not that guy, and Levine is just a scorer. You know what I'm saying? You need much more if you want to take that bottom dwelling team to something else. But yeah,
if
trade
they
him.
compete next year.
But you kind of want to give them this year, though. You know what I'm saying? You still kind of want to give them this year.
So if they compete this year, you definitely kind of go off that.
Yeah.
But as of right now, this offseason, before we get into the season, I look into moving them and see what I can get.
Yeah. See if I can give me a big wing.
So the next guy we got is Karl Anthony Towns. You have a stagnant team, what it looks like. Andrew Wiggins, Jeff Teague, Robert Covington. You traded away Dario Saric. I don't know what else you have on this team other than...
Yeah, I'm trading Cat. I'm trading Cat if I'm the T-Wolves, because you're just in another Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love, now Karl Anthony Towns situation. You don't know what to do with these guys.
Yeah.
You might as well start from scratch and just hope that you get the next guy who's going to score, a lot of points on that wing or something, because you're not going to win with Karl Towns because you don't know how to build around big men. You've proved it time and time again. You can't build around this guy. His numbers are so already eye-popping. Efficient. He's already damn near 40% from three, 90% from the free throw line, 50% from the field, and you still suck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not good, and it doesn't seem like you're getting good.
And you had a superstar in Jimmy Butler to come with you. You had someone who had a surging year in Derrick Rose. You had a really solid team last year.
Yeah, I'll be
saying
saying
able to make it work. I think you trade him too. I think you trade him because you want to get all that all-star value back in return. You see what all-stars are going for. You see what
For real.
Back then we didn't know what the Kings got.
Yeah.
Now we know what the Kings have. They won that trade.
Yep.
Anthony Davis, you see what they got.
Let's hope they don't win that trade.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you see what all these players, all-star players, are worth. Go out and get you that worth. Go out and make Andrew Wiggins worth something again.
Yeah.
Trade him and rebuild.
Start over.
Exactly.
Start over. Because it's not working out, Minnesota.
So the next keep him a trade him victim is Nikola Vucevic, who just signed a contract.
I'm keeping him. I'm trading Mo Bamba or Jonathan Isaac. I'm not trading him because he's going to get you wins. And you're in the wins business. You're in Orlando. When are you going to compete for a chip? You're not. Mo Bamba's not the lucky draft pick that's going to make you a title contender. I'm sorry. He's just not.
But if you're not going to compete for a chip, why do you pay this guy?
Stay afloat. You already didn't pay his ass. You might as well just stay afloat, compete for those bottom seeds, and hopefully you win a series eventually. This is Orlando. Orlando's a bottom-dwelling franchise, so we'll see. But I say keep him because he's all you got.
Yeah, it's tough because it is all you got. What can you get in return if you do get something
He's
in return?
not going to give you no huge value on the trade market.
Are you keeping? I honestly think he would.
Shit, I was hoping the Lakers went after him.
Yeah, I honestly think he would. I think there's a lot of teams out there that's going to try to get a big man like that can stretch the floor. That's an offensive juggernaut.
He's nice.
Grab boards. Might not be too great of a defender, but he's not horrible.
Yeah, he's nice.
I think you trade him. You try to give it to. You try to see what you can get. But I mean, I don't know because I'm in between because I don't know what Mo Bamba is yet.
Yeah.
I'm still a little high on him, but I'm not 100% sure. The one person that I think that I probably should have put on this list is Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really between those two guys.
You can't
they
keep
clearly
them all.
don't work.
Yeah.
So for the next one, we got D'Angelo Russell, Golden State.
Keep him. When you got a special talent, you keep a special talent. No, and I think it could work. Like, everybody's saying now how bad they're going to be defensively, him and Steph in the backcourt. D'Angelo's also actually not as bad as a defender as people think he is, as far as how he graded out last year. He's like a C- on defense, which isn't atrocious. It's not good or anything. But when Klay comes back, why not just play Klay at the three? You know what I'm saying? Just have this, like, super backcourt. And then you have Draymond, who's going to be able to cover up a lot of their mistakes defensively. And I don't know. And Willie Cauley-Stein could block shots. So I say you keep him, man. Keep him right out with him and see what he can do. Maybe you might have enough firepower to reach more Western Conference Finals and stuff like that, and maybe even get to another championship. He's an ascending player. I would understand if he had already hit his best marks. You know what I'm saying? But this is still somebody on the come up. This is somebody who had a little weird career so far, going into year 5, and just came off his best season.
Every Lakers had a weird career. It's so crazy.
All of our draft picks. But yeah, he's had a little up and down roller coaster ride. Had his best year last year. Now he's going into the best situation he's ever been in. You know what I'm saying? So I say keep him. See what he does.
Trade his ass. Go to state. Get anything that you can get, man. Build a team around the guys that you have, and try to build a future around it. You can build your future around one guy in D'Angelo Russell with having Steph Curry and Klay Thompson kind of passing the baton to D'Angelo and stepping back. Maybe they do it, maybe they don't. I don't know. But for as long as you think these guys can ride, I'm talking about Steph, Klay, and Draymond, you got to trade D'Angelo to fill up that 3, to fill up the 4, to fill up some bench pieces. Maybe you could trade him to Phoenix and get some kind of shit in return. I don't know what you can trade him for, but whatever it is, try to get the most out of it. I can't believe I said that. Out of it, I ain't got a list, bitch. But yeah, man, try to build a team around the guys that you have and continue to make runs.
Yep.
To win a ring. So
I feel it.
Next we have Drew Holiday. Do you need veteran leadership on that Pelican squad?
Keep
him.
Or
do you say, you know what, Lonzo, JJ Redick is the guy that's going to give you the veteran leadership at the 2?
I would say keep him because how well he defends, how well he shoots the 3 ball. Like, what are you going to get for him that can replace what he does? He's one of those all-around type of guys. I mean, what does that team really need?
Just picks, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you would only get draft picks, so you have 1 million draft picks on your team already. So I say keep him, man. Keep hoarding talent until you kind of see what the ceiling is with the team. At least this year.
I say trade his ass. Trade his ass too. His ass can go. Hey, man, if I'm the Pelicans, I want to see what my guys can do. I want to see who's the guy I'm going to keep. Is Lonzo Ball going to be a Pelican? Is Alexander Walker going to be a Pelican?
Yeah.
Is Zion going to be a Pelican? Ingram? Is Hayes? Those are the guys that I'm invested in.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday, I might have given a contract. I'm David Griffin. I didn't give him the contract. I might look at him and say he's valuable. Yeah, he could help us win. Yes, but are you invested in Drew Holiday giving you the wins that you want? Right? You want Ingram, Zion, and all those other guys to give you those wins. Trade Holiday for whatever you can get for him. I'm not gonna say just give them away, but order some more picks. You already got a lot of them. Get some more. Get those picks to probably trade whoever doesn't work, like an Ingram, a Zion, or whoever it is that just doesn't work. Trade them for the superstars that you really need. I mean, I just don't see Holiday
being a long-term fit.
Not just a long-term fit, but just being a fit or influential enough to our young guys to make them succeed. I just think they are young guys. Ew. I just don't
We miss our young guys.
I just don't think that Holiday... I mean, I just don't think those young guys benefit from Holiday.
Yeah, I feel you.
As much as he probably benefits from them. So the next guy is going to be Blake Griffin.
Keep him. He's your franchise player. Don't fuck with Blake.
Yeah,
he's the only reason that we've ever even talked about you on this podcast, Detroit. You better keep his ass.
Yeah, Detroit, I don't think you've ever had, other than back in the... I mean, you've Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace and all that, but he's
more talented than them.
Yeah, but you put that city through some misery over the last few years. Just say, fuck it, write out the contract.
Yeah, write out the contract with Blake. Yeah, you got to keep Blake.
Yeah. Number 13, Bradley Beal, Washington
Trade him ASAP. Trade this man.
I mean, but what's different between the Pistons and the Wizards?
The fucking Wizards have no idea what they're doing. They have no front office. You know that, right? They still don't have a front office.
I thought they hired someone.
No, they were going to and they didn't. They have no front office. They got their owner asked Obama what they should do about Bradley Beal and their franchise. They're done. Bradley Beal, save yourself, demand a trade, do what everybody else does, and get up out of there because it's ugly over there, bro. John Wall still might not play again this year, at least not till after the All-Star break. Rui Hachimura, I mean, get him out of there.
I mean, I think you keep him for the reasons that we talked about with Blake Griffin. What the fuck else you got? The man is only 25, 26 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, this is your franchise player. This is the guy that you're going to go into the future with. I mean, you really have no other future without him.
He could probably help him retool, though, as far as picks are concerned and stuff. But I feel you. Yeah. Let him be a one-man band. Why not?
I think because especially in the weaker East now, who knows what you might be able to get away with.
Yeah.
So that's Bradley Beal. And our last one is Steven Adams.
Trade him.
Yep.
Trade him.
Yeah.
See what you can get. You are in the business of collecting assets right now. You are not in the business of running pick and rolls with Chris Paul and Steven Adams. Like, that doesn't do anything for your franchise except make the fans there happy, I guess, for the time being. But the last thing you want to do is be stagnant.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do in OKC is be stagnant. You ain't getting nobody.
And I ditto those same sentiments.
Oh.
Trade that man. Trade that man.
Yeah, this is Mr. Trade him. I'm Mr. Keep him. Except on some. But yeah, man, you gotta let Bradley Beal go.
So just fuck Steven Adams. Just go back to Bradley Beal. Fuck.
You gotta let Bradley Beal go.
Oh man, Aquaman, I tried.
Man.
Nah, but yeah, man. This has been another episode of One with Solo and Diamond. So it was a solid ass little episode. Solid hour of
good content. Something that make you a better basketball fan. You know what I'm saying? So fuck with it.
Yeah. So until the next time, we will see you guys.
Lake Whores. You already know. Hey, that was my thumbnail. That was gonna be the thumbnail I used.
If that automatically picks it to be the thumbnail, you've just uglified our channel.
Hell no, I don't know why I laughed so hard right now. That was disgusting.
So if you end up catching this, the replay of the video, man, let us know what you want us to talk about on the next episode. Comment down below, like, share, all that shit. And we'll see you guys on the next video. On the next stream.
Episode.
Bitches.
Peace.